Welcome to the Cool Fireman Podcast, a virtual firehouse kitchen table with What's a Rolfie, Unky, Fireman 1231, JDB Cubed, and Fireman Freddy. Let's get to the show.
Welcome back to another episode of the Cool Fireman Podcast.
What?
If you haven't checked your watch, it is Friday today. And we have the four of us here, the big dingoes. Dougie Fresh can make it.
Dingoes. The dingoes. That's funny. No, leave it.
Hey, Emma.
Just beep it so nobody will know what we said.
Hey, Emma, meatloaf.
Meatloaf. Okay, here we go.
Ear muffin for me. Ear muffin. You can say shit, fuck, ass, ball.
All right, Frank, don't celebrate it.
Calm down.
Oh my
I'm not
God,
bleeping all this out.
No. We're not
Or
ready.
am I dying right there?
We
All right.
do what we want.
We do what we want. How many of those swigs have you had already, Doug? Jesus. I know you've been a long day, but
That's all that's left.
He just cracked that, folks.
But I mean, this is the second one. Not much. But by the time that goes down and this goes down, gonna be a little loose.
all right. Well, whether you're listening because you're bored or you're listening because you're on your way to work, here we are.
Or if you're still listening, thank you.
Exactly. Hey, we'll start this podcast off just how we started all the other ones, with a moment of silence. But before, don't take your headphones off. A quick little story, guys. I talked to Unky and Fred about this before. Doug, you missed it. There, we got an email. A lady from the Hampton Division of Fire and Rescue, 19-year veteran, was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer, had a mastectomy a couple days ago. They sent us an email about 10 days ago, so we sincerely apologize for not getting back to that. I left in my message that we are unorganized, but we wanted to mention this story, a little bit of what we know about this story before we do a moment of silence, not because, I'm hoping everything has gone great, and I'm sure it has with the double mastectomy, and that she's going to do great going forward. But just wanted to put this story out there at the beginning of the podcast. They sent us an email, like I said. They're going to do a golf benefit, and they're trying to raise funds. And so as soon as we find out more, we're going to put it on our TikToks and our Instagrams. And that way we can spread a little bit of awareness for, so Jamie sent me the message about Michelle. So Michelle is the one that had the double mastectomy. So we wish her well going forward, and I'm sure that the surgery went off without a hitch and that she's going to be just great. So we hope to hear great news from that. And then going forward with the golf tournament, we like to put it out there. And if anybody's can, donate some money towards the event, that will help them out greatly.
Hampton, Virginia, right? Like
Hampton, Virginia.
Yeah, Megan. Okay. Do we have any idea what day the golf tournament is yet?
We don't. So I tried to call Jamie. She didn't answer, but no big deal. It was last second there. I called her a couple hours ago.
It's this year?
I believe so. She had
It's tomorrow. No, I'm joking.
They better hurry up, though, because it's going to be getting cold soon.
That's true.
Although it's going to be like 82 this weekend, so whatever.
Well, we wish them the best, and anybody if
For
you
sure.
can help, help them out. We'll put the links to everything that for their benefit on our socials. So with that being said, we'll start out with, I know we've lost a few in the service over the past week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month.
Yeah, one local to us this week.
We are at 67 LODD for the year. 67.
Right?
Yep.
All right. So this is for them. Amen. All right, boys. It's been a while since we've caught up. We had to miss a couple or 1 or 2 weeks or whatever. Unky and I did a little recap. So that's what we're going to do again today. See what you boys have been up to.
We apologize, obviously, but,
dude,
we're busy.
So we talked last week about Unky and Brian's little venture that they got going together, the little collaboration with East Coast Kellys, which was really cool. I got
super cool. Yeah.
I actually ordered it that night. In fact, I told him on that podcast, if you guys listened, that I put it in my shopping cart and I never hit send or whatever. So anyway, I got that and I used it on my, I smoked some chicken. It was phenomenal. and I'm not just saying that because I'm biased, but it was very good. So if you haven't gotten your East Coast Kelly and Unky Seasonings collaboration, I forget what they're calling it, the Fire Marshal, I think.
Fire Marshal.
Fire Marshal seasoning, yeah, it's really good. Buttery rosemary.
Because Brian is a fire marshal.
Let me show you something.
Yeah, you could even light it on fire. It's
youngsters.
it's flammable.
You youngsters don't know about that.
Easy with Fire Marshal Bill Douglas.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Played by James Carey, which is one of Matt's favorite peeps.
It is.
In Living Color area.
Oh, dude, Jim Carrey's my man. Number one.
See?
I'd sit down.
Everything's connected on this podcast.
Yeah, it always comes full circle. Everything.
Segue.
It's a circle.
It's a circle.
It had no corner.
It had no corners.
Oh my God.
Fred, what's been going on with you, dude? You've been in the Fire Academy. How's that been going?
I've been in a lot. So beginning of September. Actually, let's say this. Beginning of August, I started with my Fire Instructor 2 course, which is a course that basically helps you or teaches you how to develop lesson plans and kind of create training for your department or for an academy. It helps you. It's a supervisory instructor level where you can have instructor ones underneath you that you're mentoring and evaluating and helping them to become better instructors. So that went through the middle of September 21st and 22nd. I had to do a 15-minute lecture. And then I had to take a 100-question test, had to get at least a 70 on it. I passed. I had an 87 on the test.
Better than mediocre.
It is. So at this point in time, according to the state of Michigan, I am a Fire Instructor 2.
Get some.
At the same time, at the beginning of September, our 82nd Academy kicked off for Macomb County. I'm one of the adjunct instructors for the academy. It's going well. I think it happens every academy, but at the beginning of the academy, the instructors sit down and they're like, "Good Lord, this is rough. We are in trouble. These guys, what's going on?" And then you kind of start progressing through and they learn things. And right now where we're at is we've kind of got ourselves a nice well-oiled machine. What day is today? Wednesday. So yesterday we did our spill pad and first floor burn. So we are going into rooms that are on fire with a fire prop with the students, teaching them how to put out the fire, hose control, stuff like that. So those are all like super fun things for me. It's actually very therapeutic for me to be teaching at the academy. I like to teach there. It actually helps me keep sharp on my own skills. There's the old adage, see one, do one, teach one. It helps you learn it, helps you like cement these good habits, these different skills.
I've never heard that in my life.
No? So no. It's a strategy. Basically, it helps.
I've heard each one teach one.
Sure.
Same thing.
It basically helps create muscle memory and really cement in topics. So I've been teaching at the academy. I'm there at least 2 to 3 days every week, different topics and what have you. And then because I'm a glutton for punishment, at the beginning of September, I started a college course called EMS IC or EMS Instructor Coordinator. So when I finish that in December, I will be able to run paramedic and EMT courses and teach those myself. So trying to get myself set up so that I can, kind of be one of the instructors within my own department. We have a lot of instructors there, so I want to kind of join that cadre. And then on top of that, I want to, work at the college like I am now and pass along the knowledge to the next generation of firefighters, paramedics, EMTs, what have you. I feel like that's one of the more noble things that you can do in this profession is create that next generation. So that's just what I've had going on outside of, Parker's been playing fall ball, baseball. He played football this year on the middle school team. He was the starting corner back, defensive back, one of the starters. My daughter tried out for and made a dance competition through her studio. So she is now a competitive dancer. So Gigi's absolutely killing it. She loves dance. She loves singing. She's very artsy. She is my little girl who just loves doing all that. And I love seeing it because she's just lights up when she's dancing or singing. So, so happy about that. Emily's had a busy summer herself with, she is a Indian wedding planner. She works for one of the most premier Indian wedding planners here in the Detroit area. So the 3-day, hundreds of thousands of dollar weddings that, Indians put on, she is very integral in the planning, execution, and ultimate part of getting that to work. So she is really good at what she does. She was sought out by the person who owns this company because they wanted her to work for them. So proud of her for that. She's been killing it, putting in hours. So
have you ever been to an Indian wedding yourself?
Have I? I personally have not. I've been to what they call the Sangeet, which is something that happens on Fridays where everybody kind of comes in and they lots of music and dancing and instruments and a lot of times they have like colored smoke, and it's a very they'll come in on like an elephant or a horse, or they come in like a classic car.
99 red balloons.
And it's a very cool culture, and it's very interesting. And like I said, she is really good at what she does, and she's very good with her attention to detail. So it's awesome. We've had a busy but fun summer. We've spent some time together as a family. Took a little bit of time off, obviously, from the podcast. Maybe not on purpose, but it's kind of just the way everything fell. But I'm glad to be here tonight. Glad to see all my buddies here, and glad to be talking to everybody out there. And I will say this, because a couple of my students told me that they listen to the podcast. They have ultimately they have found me on TikTok. It usually happens at some point through the academy. We found your TikTok. And a couple of them said, hey, you have a podcast. We listened to it. So if they actually listen to it, Academy 82, when you hear this episode, if it's before graduation, if you come up to me and somebody pick a code word or a magic
Pineapples.
word. Pineapples?
The goose flies at midnight.
The goose flies at midnight. If you come up to me on the drill ground, in the class or whatever, and you tell me that the goose flies at midnight, I will do 25 push-ups.
Whoa. Are
Right
these
there.
cumulative, or are you going to drop on the spot?
No, I'll drop on the spot, and I'll probably do 2, and then I'll wait an hour. No, I'm joking. I'll push out 25 because we have them push if they mess something up. But this is a fun little thing, and they told me they listen, so I guess we'll see. They might listen.
One time per person.
One time per academy. So get together.
There's only one goose. It was singular, goddammit.
And that single guy flies at midnight. So
he gone.
Not at 12:01. But that's me. Sorry, rambler. But like I said, I missed all you guys. I'm glad to be able to jump on tonight.
Bunch of go-getters into that Frederick house, in that Frederick household. I like it.
Yeah.
Give this man a promotion.
No, I don't want a promotion. I want to do what I'm doing. No promotions. I'm choosing my own path.
Well,
you can be promoted.
Not me.
Yeah, Captain.
Got passed up.
What?
Stop it. We'll come back to that. We got to come back to that.
Well, carry
Yeah,
on.
y'all listen to the last podcast. Y'all would have known that.
Oh,
Hey-o. Douglas?
I got a
Man.
follow-up question for Matt from the last one.
Ooh.
Matt, follow-up question. What have you heard from the next level?
Oh, I haven't heard anything. So I reached out to them. We were supposed to set up a time to talk, and then I just haven't followed up. So she was supposed to set up a time the next day after that podcast, and then we haven't followed up, and I've just been like, meh, I don't know, I'm not too into it. So, but it would be fun, and that's the only thing that I'm kind
It's
of
fun to do the process, though.
banking on. So I don't know, we'll see. But I don't have any news for you. Sorry, people. Douglas, what's going on with you? You've been gone. You've been working a lot.
Yeah, well, not so much working as playing ball.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, works. I mean, work. You know,
Hey, what
working
was
every third
that?
day.
What was that vehicle fire you guys ran the other day that was underneath that you sent us?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
It's funny because I know there was an episode back where we were talking about hydraulic pistons and things
Yeah.
like that shooting off. And like, look, the car's on
45
fire.
degrees.
Yeah. We were talking about that. Well, yesterday, while we were waiting for Dominion Power to get there to cut the power, one went and went 100 feet and landed in the woods. It started a little brush fire. So, but yeah, it came in as a MVA hazard. Is how our dispatch is. It just came in as a line down after an accident. And we'd start going, and here's a good lesson for everybody. You know, if you don't dress out for all your motor vehicle accident dispatches, you should. Because you're going to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. This was dispatched as a MVA hazard, just a line down, ho-hum. You think you're going to go and like, oh, that's a phone line. We can't do anything. Oh, it's power line. Call to me and just sit there and block traffic. Well, we get off the front ramp and a couple of comments come in. Bing, bing, back of the car's on fire. Oh, the whole car's on fire. I was like, dispatch, is this a hazard or is this a vehicle fire? Yeah, you're going to upgrade. It's going to be a vehicle fire. But we're already dressed and ready to go. So, we're going. So, yeah, it ended up being in the city of Richmond and not in my district, but we found it because it was dispatched. The address it was dispatched to is in the county, but just over that's the county line. Anyway, pull up, and there's just this van just ripping fire. I'll show you a picture of it. And so I'm going to try to get this in the same frame.
So was it? I couldn't really tell in the video that you sent. Was it directly underneath the?
Yeah. So this is probably not against any policies. I wouldn't hope anyway.
You can't tell what kind of vehicle that is. So,
well, yeah, or any identifying factor. So I think it's fine. So
at this point, Matt puts this entire picture on the screen.
yeah. So this is me and my rookie looking up at the Dominion Power guy, waiting on him to tell us that we can, whatever. So what happened was he hit the guy wire that holds the light pole. And of course, those attach at the top to pull tension down and keep them tight and vertical. And it snapped the pole off almost halfway up, and the pole landed on top of the car. The part that broke off landed right across the hood where the hood meets the windshield. And he got out of the car and walked away and didn't kill him. I don't know how. And then later it caught on fire, and there was 2 live wires on it, one of which broke loose while we were standing there and pulled away. It was laid in the middle of the street. You can almost see it in the background. That picture's still burning. And the Dominion guy gets there 7 or 8 minutes later. He was like, yeah, it should be good. I'm like, what do you mean it should be good? He said, I can verify it. I'm like, please do. So now look, I'm like, hey man, there's another service drop off the very top of that pole still laying on the car. He's like, oh, damn if it ain't. Hold on a minute. Yeah, thanks. Let's verify that, homeboy. So he puts his little bucket truck up, and he cuts it, and he was like, okay, go ahead. So yeah. So there's a lesson for you guys.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the spicy rope.
Yeah, no. It was the first one I've dealt with live electricity. It was kind of neat though. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, we put water online and waited. What are you gonna do? Just every now and then we look, okay, nothing else is on fire other than the car. It's not hurting anything, whatever. I mean, at that point the car's gone. So
that was like that video I sent you guys a couple weeks back of that wire going freaking crazy in that backyard.
Yeah. Yep. Yep, I remember
For some
that.
reason, I feel like that's the same location as you sent us last year where it snowed. Snow caught on fire.
I thought the
Doesn't
same.
it feel like it?
I thought the same thing. Okay, it's the same video. It's the same house. It looks exactly the same, just without snow.
They are all landscaped. I think one company made $1 billion in my city because they all go through and they're like, "You need something designed? I have it. This with arborvitaes and wood chips. Go."
Arborvitaes. Look at this
Nobody else has
botanist over here. But other than that, I mean, work is work. You know, I work every third day as usual. I'm busy around the house. We're expanding, I should say, the animal population. We since the last time we've talked, I think you guys knew that my wife had a horse. She's got a Pasofino horse, and I think since the last time we've talked, we rescued or adopted, what do you want to call it, a mule from a horse, mule, donkey rescue place up here in Charlottesville called Colby's Crew. They go to the slaughterhouse once a month, and they do these lives, and people donate money, and they save these horses from going to slaughter that you typically come from Amish stuff. Mine is an Amish logging mule. She would just, she would pull logs through the woods for Amish. She's about 20 years old, sweet as she can be. I wanted something to trail ride on with the wife that didn't go fast, was sure-footed, and I could drink beer while I was riding it, and she fits the bill perfectly. I've got some saddlebags that go behind her saddle. They're cooler pockets. Life's good for me. So other than that, man, her name is Daisy May.
That's right. Daisy.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's as sweet as she can be. And she loves me. Other than that,
didn't Daisy kick your wife's horse or something?
Yeah. In the matter of fact, the first time we took him
she's the sweetest can be.
She is. No. I'm sorry. Daisy didn't kick. My wife's horse kicked Daisy. While we were Daisy actually stomped on my foot one day when I was trying to clean her hoof out. I couldn't get my foot out of the way fast enough. It wasn't her fault, it was mine. But the first time we took him off property to the state park to trail ride, on the way back, the wife's horse gets a little nervous and she started kicking, and she kicked Daisy in the leg and she put her leg over it. But other than that, trying to clear some property off, get some pasture put up. I just got some fence today that I got to put up. I did some work with the tractor. That's why I'm so dusty and sneezing all day. I've been literally on the tractor since I got home from work today. My cousin's been here doing some forestry mulching, trying to clear some stuff up, trying to get the yard in shape, and just always a process, man. Just a little bitty 10-acre property, just a lot of work. Other than that, we're playing ball, man. We're hot and heavy with ball. We've got a tournament this weekend, and we've got 3 more in November, so we've got 4 more for the season. Then we're done for the year.
Indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor. We don't do anything indoor here. We've been getting rained out a lot. It's been a really rainy fall here. I know Unky can attest to that. It's been really rainy. It's abnormally rainy, I think, this fall. So we've been constantly getting rained out. We've only played 2 full tournaments. Our first tournament, we only got 1 day, or 1 game rather, before the rain came, and they ended up canceling the whole thing. So our first tournament with our expansion team, our first full tournament with my team, which is the red team. We have a red team and a blue team. We ended up getting the 1 seed in the whole tournament. We lost in bracket play, but that's neither here nor there. First tournament together, we got the 1 seed. Very happy about that. Second tournament, I think, for the blue team, might have been their third. I think it was their second tournament. It was the same tournament that we got the 1 seed in. They ended up winning the silver bracket. So great stuff there. This past weekend, we ended up playing a 1 day because we got rained out. Went 2-1, played really well. But for a group of new girls coming together, they're old, a lot of them are old friends, but just the meshing together softball's going really well for us. Let's just put it that way.
Sweet.
Things are really well in that aspect. The wife, her photography business, she and her best friend just merged their 2 photography businesses into one. So good stuff for her.
So she's got a second shooter now all the time, or?
Right. That's basically what they're doing. They're just kind of merging their 2, so they always have a second shooter, and they don't have to go take some rando with them. You know what I mean? So it's going to be good for both of them. They
Doug.
Yeah, no, you're right. She talked me into it a few times. I didn't get paid for it. I don't know what that was about. But
you did it out of the goodness of your heart.
They had been doing a lot of their second shooting for each other anyway. But other than that, man, the kids are good. My boy's in college. He wants to be a mechanic. Daughter's 15, just turned 15 in July.
Is she back on softball or no?
She's playing slow pitch softball. She's not playing fast pitch anymore. She's just wasn't in her heart, and she said, "I don't want to do it." And I'm like, "No problem, kid. Whatever." She's playing slow pitch softball with our neighbors, and she absolutely loves it. So good for her.
Yeah.
I know she had surgery on both her feet, so I know there was probably some pain issues there too. So hey, whatever, man, it's not a big deal. Do what makes you happy. But she's well. She's getting ready to start her driver's ed stuff pretty soon, I think. So, yeah, that's what I said too. But then again, I mean, with one already driving, whatever. So, other than that, man, things are pretty good on this end of the world.
Sweet.
I think.
Good.
I
Good.
got nothing to complain about anyway.
I know. No kidding. You guys, we asked how everybody's doing, and everything was positive. So you can't go wrong with that. That's for
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Other than a few shitty calls at work, I mean, I don't have anything to complain about. Those are, you're always going to have those. What's the point in complaining about them?
I'm sure there's
unless they're really eating at you, then you talk about them.
I'm sure there's bad shit. I'm sure there's bad shit that's happened to me. I'm sure there's bad shit that happened to Doug.
Oh yeah,
but it was actually, it's funny that this came up at the academy today.
I have a bad thing when you're done.
We were talking about it, and I think it was one of the candidates or something asked, and they're like, how are you always so upbeat? How come you're always so peppy? It's after a long day on the drill ground, and you're still, dancing around and whatever. And I was like, listen, man, there's no use in me being an asshole, number one, to any of you guys. Two, there's no use in me not trying to pass along some energy to keep you guys upbeat and getting through the drill, because I know you're working hard. Like, if I'm out here working hard, I know you're working hard too, because we're expecting it out of you. So if me just being a little bit upbeat till 4:30 when we're done helps you guys get through the day, then I have no problem being that. I said, and it's my personality. Like, I'm always going to try and find a silver lining. Now, yes, do I have my own bad days? Absolutely. There's days that I get petty. There's days that I get like scorched earth. I want to go scorched earth. It is what it is. But for the most part, I'm going to try and keep it even keel. I'm going to try and see the good side of it, because if you're constantly trying to find the negative thing out of every situation, then everything you look at is going to be negative. If you constantly try and find the positive side, everything has a positive side. Every single thing in the world. A positive, everything has a positive. It might be harder to find on some of the stuff, but if you try and take a positive look on everything, you're going to make yourself more happy, less depressed, and you're going to have a better positive outlook on everything else in your life. And I truly believe that. Okay, now talk about something bad.
So, yeah. So about a month ago now, it was probably 6 weeks ago when it actually happened. I remember my wife was driving my car and we hit this massive pothole. Boom! Shit! Like shook my teeth. No big deal. About 3 weeks ago, I dropped a ring off at the jeweler to have it cleaned and resized. And I was going back the next morning to pick it up. And I got there about 10 minutes early. So I was on the way to softball field. We had a tournament. And I pulled up in front of the jeweler and I parked because they're not open yet. So I'm just waiting. And I pull up and I stop. I'm just dicking around on my phone. And the car sinks. And there was a guy parked behind me. He looked at me. I looked at him. Or beside me, rather. He looked at each other. And I was like, I put my window down. He put his down. I said, did my freaking tire just blow? He said, yeah, man, it's on the ground. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I get a spare on it and look at it, and there's a hole on the inside sidewall. And Discount Tire, I don't know if you guys use Discount Tire. If you you guys probably have like Les Schwab out there in the Midwest, don't you?
No, Discount Tire.
I like them.
Bell Tire.
You guys, I love Discount Tire. Love them.
Yes.
So I was in Colonial Heights, and there's one right around the corner by South Park Mall. So I run over there and drop it off. I'm like, look, man, I got to get to the ball field, but look, this is it's like $20, $25, $30 extra per tire when you get a new set of tires. Like they will fix them for life or whatever.
Insurance.
Long story short, I paid $30 for a brand new tire. Just look, man, I gotta go. I'm gonna ride the donut to the ball field, and I'll get my buddy to come pick us up and bring it to the ball field, whatever. He said, no problem, man, no problem. Well, that's 2 times in the last year, one on the 4Runner and once on the car, that policy has paid for itself. But anyway, he said, yeah, man, it looks like this tire was bruised on the inside, on the inner sidewall. I was like, I know when that happened. He said it was bruised, and that's what led to that rupture, that blowout. So I know when the hell that happened. So there's but yeah, it wasn't. But you're right, Fred. What am I going to get mad about? Change the tire, dude. Keep it moving, you know?
I think you get bruised when you hit the deer?
It did.
No, the pothole.
Yeah. It bruised when she hit that pothole. I'm not kidding you. That thing is like, I don't know how it didn't break the wheel. It probably bent it.
See, and like something like that, like you look at that and you're like, oh my God, that really jammed us up. But it sounds so stupid, but like somebody cuts you off and you get stopped at a red light. What the hell? Whatever. You know? How do you know that up the road, somebody didn't blow a stop sign and would have schmucked you or something like I try to look at it that way. You know, like I don't know. The whole like everything happens for a reason and whatever. Like there's a lot of stock you can put into that. But when it comes down to it, like
yes, sir.
Schmuck you.
I think. Do we have a shirt? Do we have a shirt?
You too. I know a girl. I know a girl who can hook it up.
Dude, that's a rad shirt. I love that shirt.
Oh, dirtbags.
Don't be a dirtbag. And this thing is like super soft. I don't know who makes this thing, but
it looks like one of those.
It's really thin.
Like Heather blue.
This is
Hanes.
Toltex, maybe. I can't read it.
Okay, maybe.
Well, I got two negative things.
Either way, I know the girl who made it. So, yeah, this thing is super soft, comfortable, and the no dirt bags gets a lot of looks. Don't be a dirt bag. What you guys? You got two things. One of them's you're gonna throw up on your shirt.
It's okay. She does. Don't get it. Was it a couple of weeks ago? My wife brought it to my attention. She's like, "It's just a free consultant." She's worried about the girls' heads. So ever since they came out with safe sleeping and everything, kids have been having misshaped heads, the flat spots. So my kids might be a little helmet kids. It's just like their old dad, but they wear it because of misshaped head. I wore it because I kept licking the window. But
not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, the Windex tastes so good. Yeah, they might have to wear helmets for a little bit, but
that's all right. Helmets are cool.
It's for their good.
Monkey, you have 1,000 stickers. Decorate those freaking helmets.
Yeah,
my wife's gonna kill me. I saw one that Taylor posted. This way, I had their like a shield on it, like a sticker wise. So that's like the minor one. The other one is, man, my neck's been killing me. I took my physical at work the other day, and I talked to my doctor, the government doctor, which is phenomenal. He loves his firefighters. And he's like, "Oh, just turn your neck." He's Puerto Rican. Turn your neck, and you hear any like sand or anything? I'm like, "Yeah." I'm just, he says, "Your discs are falling apart in your neck." So I told him it's like
nonchalantly. Oh, your discs are degenerating.
Disc. It's okay. So I told my family doctor, and they did the whole test. We're like, we're trying to, let's see if it's tennis elbow versus neck problems. So it has to do with your fingers, like your pinching fingers is like tennis elbow, and the other three are your neck. So she's like, "Well, we're going to take care of this."
Is everybody else doing this too?
Yeah, me too. I was just thinking
I'm off screen going.
So what am I looking for when I do this? If it hurts,
it's my elbow.
God damn it!
Yeah, because it gets to the point like when I was off for the babies, I wake up at 4:30. About 7:30 in the morning, I'll get full feeling back in my hand 3 hours after I wake up.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's bad. I've been having a lot of numbness, but it doesn't take that long to come back.
Yeah, it takes me a while. Now it's gotten to the point where it's painful. Because the third day I was back to work, I had to put my helmet on. Our helmets are 5 to 6 pounds, and I put it on. Within 10 minutes, I was in excruciating pain. I forgot that I had neck problems before I went on baby leave, and it just spiraled down. So I got bad neck pain. So the doctor's like, "Oh, well, let's do some connectivity, electrode testing, blah, blah, blah." Put his whole plan for me. We're going to hurry up and get this done. So these people are going to call you to schedule. So they're going to quickly get it done on February 5th.
Yeah. Similar. I went to the doctor 2-3 weeks ago about sleep apnea. And he was like, yeah, we'll get you a sleep study. You get to we'll do it at home, and yeah, you take it home, we'll get it done within a week. And like I said, this was late September. I think it might have been the last week of September. It could have been first week of October. Either way, she was like, "Oh yeah, November the 1st is the first day I can get you the equipment to do the sleep study." I said, "Do what?" So I got to just.
It's going to change your life.
Oh, I know. I after talking to a lot of guys at work who have it, and my symptoms just went from 0 to 100. Like it feels like overnight. It didn't happen that way. Obviously, my sleep was just suffering, but the snoring got really bad, and then the irritability and the fatigue and the flat exhaustion. So I'm talking to guys at work who have them. Like, man, this is going to change your life. After about a month of using it, you're going to be like, you're going to love it. So
Join
yeah,
the mask mafia.
Something like bull.
Yeah. So I don't do the sleep study. I have to pick the machine or the sleep study machine up November the 1st. And I go back the 7th for him to say, yeah, you've got sleep apnea. Because I mean, he told me that day, he's like, yeah, man, I'm fairly certain you've got sleep apnea. So it doesn't surprise me. But anyway, I'm excited for that because I really would like some rest. I said, man, look, I don't sleep much at work. My boss came back from the company officers meeting the other day and was like, hey, no surprise, we're the busiest engine company in the county. I don't sleep much at work to begin with because obviously you're always on edge. But I was like, man, when I'm on my 2 days off, I'd really like to rest. And the snoring and it's not working. So
It's going to change your life. It will change your life.
I can't wait. I'm a mouth breather, so I feel like I'm a mouth breather, so I feel like I'm gonna have the mask and not the nose thing, but I don't give a shit. I just want to sleep.
Go full face.
I sleep on my side. Already. I sleep on my side. Yeah, I sleep on my side anyway, so it's not gonna bother me. So I'm excited for that.
Matt, what do you have?
I'm excited for you. We need to get Doug back to 100%. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Doug is not 100% right.
Doug ain't 100%. No way.
I'm a strong 69. Nice.
Well, since you guys are talking about 69. Since
nice.
You guys are talking about
doctors, like midtown size Doug.
Mid-size Doug.
I officially passed my 1 year. I'm still alive. October.
Oh, baby.
October.
You only live twice.
At like
and
10 o'clock.
We all kind of on the side, or at least I think I commented it on your Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
But
we knew it. That's big stuff, man.
For the general audience, Matt, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
We love you. We love you.
I'm still happy that I'm here. It's good.
I will say that the salmon thing, amazing.
Wait, say that. You have to say that again. You broke up.
The salmon thing that Unky made, the salmon thing, amazing.
Yes. Incredible.
That was fantastic. Mr. Mediterranean over there.
Dude.
Yeah, you're 1 year in, and are you I don't want to take over your part of this thing, but like how is you've probably been eating that way for like the whole year, right?
To be honest with you,
the diet changes anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I've been
or has it regressed at all?
It has regressed. It has regressed a little bit to just because at first you're hyper vigilant about it, and like the first few months.
Yeah. Oh,
you guys, everybody's asking about it. And I still get asked about it, but yeah, it's definitely regressed a little bit. But because, you learn all these things there's 3 different theories from 5 different people. It's like, hey, fat is okay. Cholesterol is not, or
eating fat is okay.
Hey, sugar is just what's killing people, and you can eat as much cholesterol as you want. Like it's, there's the doctors. What the one thing that the doctors are still saying to me is that Mediterranean diet is the best diet. So eat yourself some chicken and some fish, and don't worry about the cheese. And but yeah, it's just stop eating sugar. So I'm trying to cut down on sugar as much as possible. And that's been tough because you guys know I got 3 young kids and sugar is in everything. And not only is sugar in everything, sugar is like only thing that they eat.
Yeah.
And so my 5-year-old just this afternoon before I got on with you guys, she's like, hey, can you make me acai bowl? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Cause Kelsey gets this big jug of acai, the berry thing, and it's supposed to be good for you. But I look at it and there's like 20 grams, 17, 20 grams of sugar in 2/3 of a cup of it.
In a spoonful.
Yeah.
That's why she likes it.
Exactly. And they're kids. You know what I mean? So, but it's all good. It's all good. Past the year mark, I had to get a new doctor just because of location. So they had to do a whole bunch more tests. So I did the monitor test, and I did a carotid test, and I did a foot test. And so I go back on the 7th. Yeah, I go back on the 7th to talk about him, and then hopefully wrap up my, what do they call it, a qualified medical examination for work. And then I just keep going forward. It's all good. So, but yeah, I would say that it's so hard. It's so hard to have a diet while you're at work, because you're at work, you're not at work. You're at work, you're not at work. And if you don't have some sort of
and you're
lifestyle,
at the whim of everybody else that's there too.
And God bless them, because I mean, at least at the beginning, they're like, hey, because we have ambulance operators now for the last few years at our station. And so they'll say, Engineer Rolf, do you have any diet restrictions? I'm like, no, like, I'm not going to make you guys buy some certain stuff if you're going to be cooking me dinner. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, but everybody's like, we eat pretty, I mean, we just comparatively, like on TikTok, what I've seen guys making and everything, i.e. Nick, some of his recipes that he makes, like we don't make great heavy gravies and chock full of cholesterol and all this stuff. We eat fairly healthy at work. So I'm pretty lucky about that. So I don't have to worry about it too much, but yeah, I've been trying to be good about it. So we'll see what my next blood work shows, but my cholesterol was at like 80 or something like that total. So the meds work. You're muted.
What was your total cholesterol?
It was like 86. I think my LDL was 19.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so I'm like, Doc,
that's too low.
I'm like, aren't I gonna I'm not gonna have that's the other end of the spectrum here, folks.
Yeah.
I can control my cholesterol. I can raise it and lower it at will.
Well, funny.
Why would you want to raise your cholesterol? So
about the sugar thing, the wife. Before I came on, the wife's like, I everything I bought at the store today, I tried to get stuff with no added sugar, because same thing, like everything's got added sugar. So we're trying our best to stay away from the added sugar. But anyway, I had to go when I got off work this morning. I got to go to my internal medicine specialist, which is basically my cardiologist, about my cholesterol medicine. She makes me see her twice a year about it. So I went this morning for my lab draws, and I got them back today. Look at those cholesterol numbers, boys, huh? How about that cholesterol?
Okay.
HIPAA.
I see.
Oh,
I don't give a damn. I'm telling you, it's mine. And look at it. Look at that. Huh?
Okay. Where's your L? Where is it? Oh,
the LDO?
Yeah. What is it? Oh, 95. Yeah.
95. Everything's green. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Huh? That's some good ass medicine right there. My laws is doing just fine.
Dude, my law was 19. My LDL was 19.
I can't believe that.
But I have two cardiologists that say you need to get that as low as possible. I'm like,
speaking of low numbers, I ran a diabetic yesterday whose first blood sugar was 29, and he was talking to me, and I don't know how. I don't know how at 29.
No, I've had people at like 14, and they are carrying on a full conversation.
Bro, I don't. He was like, "Yeah, I'm good, man." I'm like, "No, you ain't good, homie."
But then I've also had people at like 78, and they are like, good, like,
yes,
yeah.
It's so weird. Anyway,
I've had a 60 over 40 blood pressure.
Back to the lecture at hand.
So
Matt, what else has been going on with you?
I got. We're going through a station remodel. Have you guys ever lived through a station remodel?
If I stay at my company right now, it's what is this? This is we're in the 24 fiscal year right now. So I think it's 26 fiscal year. It might be 25 fiscal year. My station is due for remodel, and I'll probably be gone. But I mean, if I'm still there, it is due for it, and I can't imagine. We actually had a tour in a couple of weeks ago, and they were asking about, because my station was built in 1983. She was asking about. I said, we're due for remodel. She said, well, how does that work? I'm like, well, honestly, I don't really know, but I know some places will like put trailers in the parking lot and that kind of thing. But yeah, so tell us about that,
dude. So they're right now we have 4 bathrooms in our station. So our station was built in 19.
You're a bourbon guy. Heaven Hill, bottled and bond. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well,
Your
So
station was built in what?
in 1933. So it's an oldie.
Whoa.
Yeah. And
I
so
love it.
yeah, it's a cool historic monument. It's a very
Yeah,
cool
I love that old stuff.
They've done good over the years, they gave us a new kitchen in like 2015 or 16. So and it's holding up. They do a good job. But they're doing 2 of the bathrooms right now. And one of them's in the captain room, and I just happened to be acting up that day. And so we leave, and we were gone like all day.
I told this like acting up the wrong way because I'm the habitual line stepper. I was like, "Yo, you're being an asshole."
Oh yeah,
that's what acting up is to me.
That's probably true. But anyway, so we leave, and I see this hot mop truck drive by, and I'm like, we come back, and they're working in there, and we walk in, and it's just like hits you in the face with tar. And so I had to sleep in, they kept the door shut and tried to use as much ventilation as possible, but trying to sleep with tar in your room is really exciting. But yeah, it's been terrible. So they of course, they say, oh, it'll be done in 4 weeks. What does that mean? That means at least 12 weeks.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that part of it's been, pretty frustrating. We get there, they move all of our stuff in the morning, our kitchen table, so we can't eat lunch there. One of the captains will not leave, so he wants to eat in the kitchen, which is fine, but we've been going to another station to eat, and we've been having to eat out a lot, which in Laguna, it's like, it's minimum $20 for lunch, so 20 and 20 to $40 for the day is like, it gets hefty. So, and when we've been eating like crap too, you asking me about my diet. It's like, oh, I had a maritera burrito from Taco Stand,
A what?
Maritera.
I don't know what that means.
Steak and shrimp, baby.
Sounds French.
Dude, if you ever come out to California, we're going to Taco Stand.
I'm coming, bro. I'm coming. I'm doing it.
Yeah, we're coming. We're coming.
These clowns might not, but I'm coming. Say we
We're
I'm coming.
We're coming.
I got an extra room for you. So,
anyway,
but
I'll sleep in the camper.
Hey.
Yeah.
So you were talking about low numbers, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah.
Freddie's got some low numbers.
You got some low cholesterols?
No, I have another low number.
Oh, I know. I got a low number too.
That number is hold on. That number is 5.
My bank account.
That number is 5. And actually, Doug and Matt, you guys, it's both of you. The number is 5. And that's what place you are in the fantasy football.
That's fair. Look, bro, I cannot believe how bad my team is. My team is good, but so bad. I don't understand. I cannot wrap my head around it. I've been playing fantasy football for, 43? 25 years probably. And this, I can't wrap my head around it. This is the best, worst team I've ever had.
You know what? I didn't even check. Who is on top?
That's you.
Hold on. Let me.
Do you have a loss yet? Are you still undefeated? No, you lost once, didn't you?
I'm 6-1.
So you did lose. Okay. I know you're dominating.
Not 929 points for.
Dude, I don't come on until the second 9. Okay. So
I got to make the turn. I got to make the turn and get a hot dog, man.
I need a glizzy at the turn. And then
a glizzy and a Gatorade, baby, and I'm in there.
It's all downhill, baby.
I think obviously we're really far from it, but I think next year we need
stop. You're what? Hold on. Let's goddamn it. No. Shit, no. We're gonna get into this, damn it. You started this.
No, we need to do our draft live.
Yes, absolutely. But look, you're 6-1. You scored 929 points.
Yeah.
929 points. I'm fucking 2-5, and I scored 889. I'm 40 points behind you, and I'm fucking 2-5. Tell me that's not some shitty luck. This is the best, worst team I've ever had.
Can we talk about points against? You have points for is 889, and your points against is 896.
Right. Like I'm even at 2-5, I've outscored everybody in the other division by 100+ points. Yeah. And here I sit and 2-5.
The fantasy football gods are muting him.
This is not the NFC North, bud. You are in the NFC East.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God. You want to get Doug riled up right now? Talk about fantasy football and the Braves.
Look, hey, I don't care. The Phillies lost. Suck it. I don't care about anything else.
Hey, usually people are like,
The Big Four went 1-28. Suck it.
They did.
My football team's doing really good.
1-28
Wales
in the last
promoted.
2 games at home, right?
Yeah, in the last 2 games, those 4 were like 1-28.
He's a footballer.
Dude,
Yeah,
usually you
suck it.
want the team that beat your team to win because that way you go like, hey, at least they
like,
won the
hey.
World Series.
And they're in the division. I'm like, hey, good for the division. No, complete bitter rivalry. Hate them.
Well, I mean, everybody's going to say this. I don't know if it's true because crazier things have happened, but I would say the Rangers are going to smoke the Diamondbacks, but maybe they won't.
I think so too. Yeah.
Maybe they won't.
Because they've got pitching and hitting. And I want to see Adolis Garcia start hitting again. Like, I can't wait till Friday. That dude is on another planet right now.
Unbelievable.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you're listening to this, reach out on socials.
Yeah,
Message the Cool Fireman. Tell us about your fantasy team too.
The Phillies would have been a better matchup for the Rangers, but obviously I'm glad the Phillies didn't make it. Beating the Braves was their World Series.
We almost need to do a Cool Fireman sports podcast on the side as an offshoot. That could be fun too.
My whole first venture into the podcast was me and 2 buddies of mine. We called it sports or dad sports and cargo shorts. And we talked about football and gambling and shit. Freddie.
He's checked out.
Freddie.
What?
There's only one other person above 800 points, and that's Matt, and he's got 821. Like, me and you are far and away blowing away the league in points scored, and my team is trash. There's a buck deer.
That's Unky when we
he's back this week.
We start talking about sports, and Unky checked out.
Go sports. They put the buck deal up. The old buck deal.
Too bad.
Are we still talking about football? I know I'm in the middle of it, man. But how about my team, the Rex from Wrexham, from Wales? They got promoted, man. Yeah.
Is that's isn't that
football.
Ryan Reynolds guy?
Yeah.
That's his team, right? Wrexham?
Yeah.
Hey, we need to get a hold of Ryan Reynolds. Doesn't he own a whiskey company?
No, gin.
Gin. Aviator gin.
Oh, it's gin. Oh, never mind.
Hey, but seriously, Matt, get a hold of this if you can.
Heaven Hill. Got it.
Bottled and bond. Oh, it's good.
I took a mind picture of it.
Oh, it's good. What do you do? What is that? A calculator?
Oh my god!
I was told, Matt, episode. Who gives a shit? People don't listen to us because we're good, funny people.
You are breaking up right now.
I know. I've got Starlink, bro. What do you want to do?
Starlink was getting better. They're putting up like 4,000 satellites a day.
They've been all over the skies here with the little chain things. Like, they're getting better, but I mean,
what are you gonna do?
I think my daughter's probably streaming. I'm sure my wife's streaming in the bedroom. So I mean, this is the third device.
They take your bandwidth.
Yeah, I think Matt's got to make some dinner. It looks like Unky turned into a deer. Doug, you need a shower.
Deal.
Doug,
I do. I need a shower. I do need a shower. I'm covered in dirt.
Unky's iPad is focusing in on Billy the Bass back there.
But I got to go to Big Mouth Billy Bass. I got to go to the farm store tomorrow. I got to get some Hydrotrans fluid for the tractor.
Take me to the river.
I'm coming out to see you guys here pretty soon. I can't live much longer without.
Hey, say when, buddy. Come on.
A big bear hug. I need a hug.
Come on.
I need a hug.
Everybody can meet in my house.
I should have tried harder to make it out to Kenny's Operation Yellow Tape golf tournament. I could have made that happen.
And I feel like shit because I couldn't go this year.
Oh, really? You didn't make it?
No, I told him I was coming, and I forget what something came up, and I couldn't go, and I felt like an asshole.
Well, I listened to both his podcasts. He's doing a great job. That guy works hard, man. So
yeah, he does.
If you don't,
he's like James Brown, man. Hardest working man in show business. He's always doing something. He's always like he's hyper.
Yeah.
Not vigilant, but like he's always going.
He's on top of it.
Right. With his mission, it's always going. It's in full gear. It's in high gear all the time.
Yeah. And I appreciate he's a big promoter of us. Actually.
Oh my gosh.
And he's killing it. He's killing it. I mean, everything he's doing, it's great.
Yeah.
I hope he's coming back to operations to the field soon. I'd love to have him as a boss.
Yeah.
Just saying, Kenny.
Yeah. Such a good guy. He's on Instagram. He goes on Instagram Live every once in a while. And so I'll jump on and talk with him. just via text. I don't get on live with him, which I will one of these times. But yeah, he's doing good things. I should have made it out for that. I need to make it out for something. So anyway,
Well, this
how about
awesome.
the golf tournament?
Yeah. Huh?
Come out for the golf tournament.
Which golf tournament?
The breast cancer.
For next year.
No.
The breast cancer one.
The breast cancer one is maybe coming up. It very well could be in the spring though. I mean, like I said, the year's running out of time for most courses to be in good shape.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, it may be in the spring, in which case we could plan that. I mean, we could put our own team in there. We'll just do the fucking cool fireman team.
I like that. Okay.
Make sure you guys go check out Unky Seasoning. Get yourself some Fire Marshal.
Shit, yeah.
It is so good.
Put in the little notes. We want to see how many people go there from here. Put in the notes.
Yes.
TCF or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That we sent you. Yep.
Yeah. You can put it on salmon.
Appreciate it.
It goes well on salmon.
Put TCF in the comment. You'll get 1% off.
Put it in your tzatziki sauce.
Put it in tzatziki. Chicken kebabs.
Hey, I know Brian's doing big things, man. I know y'all talked about that last week, but I bought some of Brian the coffee that he just did with that collab he did with that coffee. And they're both fantastic. Sea and Sand, I believe it's called. Yeah, that. Both of them. If you haven't drank them, Monkey, drinking them. I just said I haven't drank them. What an idiot.
I gotta go make dinner.
San Diegans.
See you, Matt. San Diegans.
That's good. Hey,
they're both great. Black coffee. Check it out.
That's an episode. Roll it, Gigi.
Before you leave, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and give these firemen a huge thumbs up. Also, make sure you check out thecoolfireman.com for more. Thanks!